Hello everyone. This is Maria with mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another paper crafting video. And man, is that chat going crazy. Hi, Miss Tara, Miss Kiwi, Miss Carrie. Let me see, because I can't see Miss Rosie, Miss Kim, and I'm trying to see who else, because I can't. I think I have everybody. Well, I think I have everybody. If I haven't, hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you guys are doing great today. Carrie is saying that she had a busy day cleaning the garage. Holy moly. Yes, it's time to relax and watch some crafting. Um, so, whew, I am super excited, guys, because I there was a video today in the morning. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but I will recommend you to watch it because it's super cute. The card that came out of it. Actually, the card that I liked the most was the one in the middle, which was the reindeer. But it happened to be that I was recording and it was not recording. So I had to come up with another card. And that's the one that came out. Give me a second to drink some water. Okay. So I am very glad to hear that Mr. is doing okay. You've all been busy. And Mr. is saying that she's practicing on her keyboard, so that's good news. Okay, so I am just going to go around real quick some of the information that we've been seeing, but just to reiterate a little bit of it. These are the three kits that are available. These are the quote-unquote new, since we're at the end of October, really. But these are the ones that came out at the beginning of October. And we have the Remember Christmas kit, the Calm and Bright, and the Nutcracker tags kit. I really love them all. You guys know that I bought them all. I bought them all partially because my goal is to eventually do a kit together here in the house. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how that goes, guys. Once we get to the October time frame, I don't know, I feel like time just flies, and I just don't have time to do things, so it's really weird. But anyways, I got them, and I hope that you got them when there was that wonderful sale that we had a little bit ago. And I want to remind you guys that this is the November paper pumpkin kit, which you have till November 10th to subscribe. Right down below is my QR code if you like that one. I want to say that from now on, and probably I'm thinking starting now, if you subscribe for my paper pumpkin kit and you maintain through the quarter, I will send you as a gift the little dice, and I am promoting them today, so I hope that you enjoy that. I really like these quarter dice. They are amazing. I'm gonna bring them all so you guys can see them. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna bring at least the big ones and then you can see it. Hello, Miss Alice. How are you? Um, so Carrie is asking what's with the numbers added to at the end of their names, and so that just means that you're participating more than others. So it gives, I don't know, it's a Google thing, a YouTube thing, but so it gives kind of like a number to those that are participating a lot. I guess that's what Tara would say. You're all special. Okay, so don't miss it. I really like these paper pumpkin kit, guys. I love this gift, like a gift card, like little box to give gifts again, but it feels to me very appropriate for the season. And I do like that it is in mossy meadow, because I think that that's super useful, because you can also utilize it during fall, or it's just such a, you know, Masimero is such a like a generic color that I feel you can use it for many, many things. Now, I was going to promote the Advent calendar, but I heard that it is sold out. I have not seen that, but quite frankly, guys, I've not been to the, let me see, guys, I have not been to the Stampin' Up website today, so it seems that it may be sold out. I don't know. I hope you got it because it's a really, really cool gift. I think it's really cool. Hi, Miss Anita. How are you? Hi, Miss Adrian. I'm just looking because it seems I always look at my iPad. So right here to the right, I have my iPad, and it shows me that everything is working well. Okay, and let me see. Then this is what you're gonna get this month for, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure I got everything. If you buy $50 of before shipping and taxes, and I always have to think that through, in my online store, guys, we're going to see them in action. No, not in action, because our video will take forever and a day if I do it you know, right here. But we may have to do something similar because the outcome of what I did today was so cute. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it, but I'm promoting them because these are really beautiful. And as you guys can tell, I moved super, super quickly today, adding these, the masks. They are not called Gathering Leaves. These are the Snowy Delight masks. So I apologize for that. I just realized that I didn't erase the name of the previous gift. Thank you, Anita, for sharing. Thank you, Adrian. Somebody said that it was out. I think they may have been talking not about this one and probably about the car kit that I forgot the name. Anyways, you know how it goes. Maybe that's what she was talking about, because that one did sold out like almost immediately. Hello, Miss Suze. Now, the last thing I want to promote today is this is the Whimsical Christmas Card Workshop. If you are not done with your cards, you will have some wonderful inspiration with this workshop. It's already done. It's got a wonderful price point, and you can just use that QR code right there. Be there? Nope. Be there. Right there to you know to get it. I just think it's really beautiful. We did a wonderful job with our cards, and go ahead and subscribe to it if you're interested. Okay, we're going to see the card that we're going to be making today. And this is the card, well, not the card, this is the person that I saw it from, and it's called Purple Girls Craft. I will link it down below later, but I just wanted to give her, you know, the right, I forget the name. You know, it was from her that I saw it. Okay, Adrian is saying that it was the Road to Christmas kit that's unavailable. Thank you, Adrian. So that's the lady that I saw it from, and I made a couple of changes, and I'll explain them as we go through. Let's go to the crafting table. Hopefully everything goes well. Everything went well. Don't forget, guys, that you will have your PDF tutorial link down, not link down below. You will have the link to the blog, and then you can download it there. And we are going to tell you, so this is what we're going to be using today. So the first one is we're going to be using the dies. I did not use the stamps. Let me rephrase this. You know, I think I used one of the stamps, but these are the dies that we're going to be using today. They are humongous, guys. They're really big, as you guys can tell, and this is the biggest one. I just love it. Hello, Miss Kathy. How are you? I just love how big it is. I love the detail of the dies. I actually had one, not total, because that's me. Look how beautiful how detailed that is. A lot of detail is there. It's really well done. These dies are, they're big, and I think you're going to enjoy them if you get them. Now the bundle comes with, and of course now I have to put all these somewhere, with some masks, which is again what it's the gift for if you buy from me. Maybe they fit. I just put now everything in little bags. I'm very happy about that. So these are the masks. It comes with 4 masks, and it's really beautiful, guys. You're going to like them very much. I am pretty sure of that. And then these are the stamps, and actually now that I remember, I did use this little stamp, the one that says joy to the world. So we're using the whole bundle. the whole thing. Now, because you guys know me, I needed some smaller dies, and so I'm using the Snowy Wonder. This is a retire set. Unfortunately, a lot of what I'm using today is retire. I thought they were not retired, but here we are. And so I am using some of these dies because it has some beautiful dies that I will be using, and some of the really small ones. And this is, again, this is the other one that we're going to be using today. Now, I want to bring out, these are the big dies from the Paper Pumpkin Kit this month. And you have to be a Paper Pumpkin Kit subscriber to get them. But this is how the joy looks. Sorry. And then I did get... we're going to use this one today, sorry. And then this is the other one. It brings few more dies, but it brings this tag, and I really like this tag, guys. To be very honest, I love it. Okay. Oh, and lastly, again, Kiwi, don't make fun of me. But this is the last thing I'm using, also retired, and is the Snowflake 3D embossing folder. Yes, I don't know what happened here, guys. I love it, and I destroyed it. So there's that. And yeah, it's in really bad shape, but we're gonna be using this one today a lot. So the paper we're going to be using also is retired. I thought it was not retired, but I guess it got sold out. And it's from last year. It was called the Snowy Scenes. So it was the one that matched that Snowy Wonder with the penguins. Because yeah, it got sold out. So you know, I'm just letting you know that happened. Organized. Let's get started, guys. Okay, so we're going to need a piece of 5.5 by 12. If you don't have 12, you can always make them right at the pieces. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I have a few colors still in 12 by 12, not a ton, because I've not been buying. When I started as a demonstrator, I bought a lot of the 12 by 12 ones. And of course, there's colors that I keep using, like navy blue, gone. But there's others that this one is actually retired. But yeah, as you can tell, I still have it. Okay, and what we're going to do, and I'm actually, guys, going to follow my instructions here, because I just did this card once. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, but yeah, I don't want to mislead you here. And what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is a scoring. So we're going to place our piece horizontal, and we're going to score at 4 and 8. What that means is that we're just going to have kind of a trifold, right? Look for our card. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's not a super complicated card with weird mechanisms, but yeah, it's going to be fine. And I know you can't see these. We're going to mark them here when it is needed. And what we're going to do next, and we're going to start with the scoring. We're just going to, I guess I'm going to say it this way differently. We are just going to go step by step. So we're going to move here, and we're going to align at 1/2 inch, which is right there, and we're going to score between 4 and 1. And I'm just bringing my, and we're going to score, we're going to cut between 4 and 1. And one of the reasons why I also like to do this in different, in a different cardstock, it's because if I make a mess, it's not the actual project that I'm making a mess. So there it goes. From 1 to 4. Now we're going to move to 3.5. So you'll get here to just in a minute. And we're going to do the same cut. So we're going to do from 1 to 4, from 4 to 1, however you want it, right? Now we're going to go to 4.5. And we're going to cut, same cut. Let's see. And then finally we're going to go to 7.5. Okay, and cutting all the way through. So just to explain this real quick, what happens is, so we have 3 panels of 4 inches each. And what we did is just scoring from each panel edge, cutting from each panel edge 1/2 inch. So this is the 4th, so the 4, whoops, let me put this, the 4-inch panel, the first one. So you'll have, you know, this is 1/2 inch, this is a 3.5. Then you have the other one, and I did mess this up, I can tell. Yeah, I messed it up. Oh, well. See, it was like I knew it was going to happen, guys. So I'm going to cut it because just so you guys have a real feel. But again, so we're cutting from the edge of each panel 1/2 inch in. And I hope that that makes sense. Okay, now we're going to place these horizontal, not horizontal, vertical, and then hey, we're going to, hello Miss Elizabeth, we are going to go to the 1 inch backwards. So remember that we started here from 1 to 4, right? So let me bring a pen so we can start marking so you can pay attention. So this is at 1 and this is at 4. This is what I'm going to call the top. Okay, so I'm going to put this top where the inch mark, the 1 inch mark is at. I'm going to align that at 1 inch. And you're not going to see this way. So I'm going to do this on the left side of my trimmer so you guys can see a little bit better. And so I'm aligning this at 1. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to cut between those 2 cuts that we just made. And yes, what we are doing is creating 2 squares in here. And we're going to do the same. So the same for both the top and the middle panel it would be. And now I'm going to turn around just because it's easier, right? And we're going to do the same thing. Now, actually, I'm going to do the same thing. You're not going to see because they're down. Let me see how I can show you better. I don't need these open. I'm going to turn these like this so you guys can see. I'm going to move to 4 inches. And then we're going to do the same cut. So what we're going to end up is with 3-inch squares in both of these panels. Okay, and I move these back out here. And there we go. So again, 3-inch squares. I'm just going to bring my scissors real quick and cut these, hopefully. There's one. And there's the other. I guess it didn't really matter that I did not cut this because in the end, this was going to, you know, go. So, okay. So this is it. I still have my top here. You can make a little mark in the end that's going to be covered. So it's easier if it's easier for you. And we're going to fold. One side is going to go mountain and the other one is valley. And I'm bringing my bone folder, and we'll have to do that with the other one, but I just want to show you. And I am folding. So mountain and valley, and this is how the first piece of the card looks like. So I'm going to put that one on the side, and I am going to bring a piece of 8 by 5.5. So just so you guys know, the lady that I saw it in YouTube, she did it 8 by, she did it in 7 inches. So instead of 5.5, 7 inches. And I just figured I wanted to fit in a regular envelope. So that's why we're at. Now I changed a couple of ways on how she set up the instructions because they're just easier for me. And I hope this is easier for you too. So we're going to place our piece horizontally again, and we are going to go exactly to the same 1/2 inch. So going back to 1/2 inch in here, I'm going to hold there, and we're going to cut between 4 and 1. Okay, now we are going to move to 7.5. So this will go all the way here, and we're going to cut. So remember, from the edges, we're going to cut 1/2 inch. Okay, so 4, from 4 to 1. So same process from each edge, 1/2 inch in, 1/2 inch in. Of course, if you want to just do it on the other side, like if you cut this in here and you're like, oh, I just can't cut, you know, use this, you can't use that. I did a mistake in a little bit. So, and when I was doing the other card, and it was, let me see what it was. So I guess I cut these aside using the right side of the trimmer. So let's say I went this way, and I'm explaining this because I'm pretty sure that you may fall for this because I fell for it. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, right, I'm cutting these. I'm just going to turn this around and cut it. But remember that these, so here, from here to here, there's 1 inch, but from here to here is 1.5 inches. And so I cut it, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to work. So just be mindful if you're going to, you know, just use one side of the trimmer because, again, I am ADD. It happens to me all the time. So I just want to make that known. And then now we're going to turn here vertical. We're going to align at the 1 inch. And we are going to go from the 2 inch mark all the way to the 1/2 inch. So to the cut, right? I probably moved a little too faster. And I'm going to lift this a tiny bit without trying to move things. And we're going to cut now from the 6 inch mark. And it's almost there, right there. All the way, that moved, all the way to the to the 1/2 inch mark. So that would be 7.5 inch mark. I think I went, no, I didn't go all the way. I think I was. Now, we're going to move all the way to 4, right? Because this is at 1 and this is at 4, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So from the 2 inch mark all the way to that 1/2 inch mark that we cut, so all the way to the cut, and then from the 6 inch mark all the way to the other cut, which is 7.5, and this is what we end up with. I just move. There we go. There we go. So this is how this looks like. Okay. Now we are going to put back horizontally, and we are going to align at that 2 inch mark, and we are going to score from the top to the cut and from the bottom to the cut. And we've done things that are similar, so I don't think it's going to be super confusing. And now we're going to move all the way to the 6 inch mark, and we are going to do the same. So scoring from the top to the cut line and from the top to the cut line. Okay, the last score line, which actually is because I forgot, and it is, you can align at 4 inches there, which is the 1/2, and we're going to score in 1/2. So just for make it easier, this will be at 2, this is at 4, and it goes all the way, and this one is at 6. Okay, and what we're going to have, this, I'm not going to worry so much about this one. This one folds valley. There we go. And these two will fold mountain. And these, like I said, I know we've done this as something similar at some point. I just couldn't find it out. So I'm not sure if we've already done this, but I'm not sure. Okay, so something, this is what we're going to do. And now we're going to move to the actual project. So we can put that together. I just want to ask, somebody has questions? Is there anything I can clarify for now? And I am using petal pink, guys. If you know me, see, here it is my mistake. See, I was right. So I was doing these, so I turned it around, cut it, right? And then I realized that I cut it wrong. That happens. And I have already my 2 pieces. So we are going to fold these. We said this one goes mountain and the other one goes valley. Okay, and then kind of like that. And now I'm going to bring these and do the same thing. So this one goes mountain, valley, and mountain. Okay. Now we are going to attach these in here, and this is the whole look of the card. So it will close like this, and when it opens kind of like that, and you have a little inside surprise, and I just really, really like it. And the easiest way to do this, we're going to turn this around, and we are going to align these 2 pieces. Let me bring my glue, make sure that it's actually gluing today. Oh, it's gluing today. It's so good when that happens. And we're going to align these 2 bases. Okay, so here they are. I'm not going to say perfectly aligned because there's nothing perfect by God, but as aligned as possible. And now we are going to add glue. You can add it on either way. I think it's easier for me to add it on the card base, on the big card base. Hello, Miss Jane. How are you? Okay, there we go. So we're going to add that. I'm just going to wait for that to dry it a little bit. And now we're going to go to the other side, and it's the same idea. We're extending. We're folding this backwards, and we're going to put glue on the card base, or the main card base. And there we go. Of course, it's easier if you use glue, guys. I mean, right? Not a whole lot of complication that way. And this is how this looks. So I'm going to make sure this is all like glued. Oh, these pins, Miss Kiwi she's asking, these, they come in a big thing. There's something, which I lost. Oh, I got them from, I know for sure that Simon Says Stamp and scrapbook.com, they both sell them, and they come in like this, and I think they bring 10. And you guys know I'm pretty messy, so I use them. I have not lost a ton, but yeah, there they are. Okay, so this is our card, guys. This is all it is. It's not super complicated, but I think we're going to enjoy decorating it a lot. Okay, so I am bringing all my pieces, which most of them are pretty finished, and I'm gonna give a quick disclaimer. when I was working on it, I started realizing how many, okay, this is me trying to put this in, it's quite lame. I realized that I was using a whole lot of retired products, or products that are not in easy access, right? For example, the paper pumpkin kit dies, or the paper and embossing folders. Like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of retired stuff. I should do something with stuff that's not retired. And so I debated yesterday for a little bit. Quite frankly, I just liked it so much that I'm like, no, this is the one I want to use. I want to do, and I know you're gonna like it. So I mean, at some point I was still debating. I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and make this card, and then I'll start another one. And after a while, I decided against it, and that's why some of it's already kind of like put together. But we're going to go slowly so I can show you what I did with this. So we're going to need 3 panels. So let me put all that there. Okay. We're going to need 3 panels that measure the first layer is, or the bottom layer is 3/7/8 by 5 3/8, and the top layer is just one smaller, 1/8 smaller, so it's 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And of course, this one is going to go here because this is the full panel. Now, how did I cut this? And I do want to show this because this is what worked for me, guys. Okay, so I'm going to cut these. We're going to imagine that this is our beautiful piece. So this is 3/7/8 by 5 3/8. And this is what I did. And since I already glued that. So before you glue anything, this is what I did. I actually brought this, and let's say this is the front. I already had all my layers in here, right? So imagine this is all layered up, and I put it on the front, and I am going to put, one of those. Is that a kind of like, I don't know, it says removable adhesive. I was trying to look. It just, it's kind of like turn tape, but not really, not turn tape. And so I just centered these in my panel, and remember, this is the back. So I am putting, okay, let me do this. Just imagine. So I just align my piece. This is the front. Okay. So all my layers and all the beauty is in the front. So bottom line, what I did was putting this in here with a piece of that removable adhesive, center well. So I just centered really well here, glue it, and then turn it around. Okay. And once I did that, I came with a pencil and just penciled in the square and then cut it. Why did I do it this way and not the other way? So my experience, so what people would normally do, it's put it on the front and then draw the square in the back, which makes sense, of course, because you don't want, a lot of pencil in stuff. And I'm just saying, right? You just want it not to be visible. But I do it in the front because I don't know if it's me. But when I cut with my trimmer, the front, and you can see it here, the front, the cut is sharp, but the back, actually, it's always, I don't know if you guys can see, it's always like a little, like turned over a little bit. And of course, you can always, kind of bring your bone folder and just push that, and so it looks totally flat. But I decided that because this is 2 layers of paper and everything, I'd rather have the nice cutting on the front. And in the end, you can erase it, right? So I don't know, let me show you this one. You can barely see anything. I can see something there, but again, you can erase it. Do a better job than I do. So I just want to put it out there, guys. Much easier for me because I don't like the cuts, how the cuts look when you use a trimmer. There you go. There's another one. You can totally see it. It is kind of like turned over. And I'm going to take one moment to answer a question. And to Ms. Kathy, yes, I have seen it. We've actually done a couple cards in here from Miss Chursti Patil. I love her. Okay, so that is why, I mean, I have some of the cuts already done. I was going to do one and with you guys, but again, I just was kind of like playing around in my brain and I ended up not doing. And so this is what I decided to do. It's put white, and then paper in the middle. And I just love this paper. This is again from that. It was called the Snowy Scenes. It was a suite from last year. I love it. Now, if you need ideas on how to do this, you can stamp a few snowflakes in white and then just blend afterwards in little bits of in pretty in pink. You can get a pretty in pink paper and stamp, I mean not stamp, well you could stamp I guess in our white, but also you know, use the embossing powder. I was actually looking like some of our new paper like this. I know it's not the same, but this you can totally like turn into kind of like a snowy scene. So I'm just putting it out there. There has been many papers that we have that have the base of petal pink, and you can probably play with this. So let's go ahead and add our layers. And I see you guys talking a lot. I can't really pay attention, and I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so try not to make messes like I do, but you know, I'm going to remove that. As you guys can tell, you can put these afterwards. You can put them before. These lays flat, so it will not like be like like a big deal, right? But it probably is easier to do it, of course, when it's not, when nothing is glued to it. But okay, so that's our first one. Now let's go ahead and adhere the second one. And I have to say, which you probably know if you've been here before, I absolutely love petal pink with golds. I just, yeah, it's one of my favorite combinations, guys. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. Good morning, Miss Nicole. How are you guys doing? Okay. And finally, the full piece. And we're going to add the panel to these. Now, another thing I want to say is that like part of what I did was adding when I added the top layer was adding glue just on the edges. So when I cut it the middle, I could use the gold foil for the next piece. Okay, and I'll show you. So then I did cut, okay, remember that these are 3 by 3 squares, right? And so I did use this is the biggest square from Stylish Shapes, and I used this one just to cut this piece. It is about you know, it is the an eighth, because if I'm not mistaken, okay, let me not lie to you. Yeah, it's 3/7 by 3/7. I actually think, let me bring this one here. Sorry, guys. It is 3/4 by 3/4. So although I have a little bit of extra margin there, I just left it because I really wanted to use the dotted area here. So I have several panels. Since these flat, it's opens flat, you're able to write. So I really like the ability to be able to write. This one goes here. This paper also belongs to the other, to that same paper. Let me bring all the stuff we have here. This panel is the panel that's going to go in the front, and this is the cut from here. So both of these panels are cut here. Now this one is a square that measures 3 3/4 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the inside square is 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so this one goes in the front. Now this is what I really like. I see you guys are making fun of me saying that I like gold. Yes, I love gold. But look at this. I hope you guys can see how beautiful this is. So what I did for this one is I used the first mask is crumb cake. The second mask I used light calypso coral, but it was calypso coral. And then I used for this third mask darker calypso coral, and then finally I use Versamark ink in the last one, and I heat embossed with gold. Can you see it? I absolutely love this. Like really love this. How this looks, how soft it looks. It's just stunning, guys, and it's so easy to make. So I now have a little one of my blending brushes marked with Versamark ink, and I am so happy because Miss Carmen is here. And so hi. How are you, Miss Carmen? She's from us, from Germany, so thank you. So I really, like I said, I really love how this looks. And if you put it against the gold, it just looks stunning, guys. But again, these are my favorite colors, so no really weird thing in here that I just love it so much. I can see that. I hear people saying that they like it. I am glad. I'm just going to add our little, not little, our big, because it's big, our big snowflake in here. So if you buy from me and you get these for free, we can make a fun class with how to play with masks and make something similar. It just looks so. Bottom line, if you guys just do this and put this in a white card base just like that, it just looks gorgeous. You don't need anything else to make this beautiful. I'm just gonna say, right? I just love it. I just love it. I see Nicole saying, thanks, Maria. Now I need the snowflake stencils. The stencils are very useful. I'm just saying. Anyways, this just looks really gorgeous. And against the white, it looks, it just really looks beautiful, guys. So, just putting it out there. You guys are so funny. Okay, so let's start putting this together. Like I said, everything, this falls flat. So I am just going to start adding our squares. I have added a square. This square is going to be blank. And this is the one where I have some ability to write something. And then I decided to put a colored, like a little bit of extra color in here. And that's the one which I was going to glue it. And then I decided, no, I wanted to do this one here with you guys. And so we are going to add this one also. And it just looks so beautiful, guys. I love this color combination. Well, I am glad that you guys are liking it, though. It may not be the easiest for your, budget, but I'm just saying. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, so, and now we're going to close. This is how this ends up looking close. And I'm going to bring our other piece, which, by the way, I'm going to make sure, because it's the same cut, right? It's cut from the same panel, that it matches the actual snowfall. Okay. So I'm going to keep the front pretty simple. because obviously there's a lot going on in the back. And I'm going to bring the joy. I just cut it in petal pink, and we're going to put the joy in here. So when you're decorating the card, you have to pay attention, or that these will open like this. These front you will not see, but these you will see. And so this front panel needs to kind of match the squares. I guess these two squares need to match with this panel. And I can see that this is a little rebellious, so let's try to glue that well. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, really? So Nicole is saying that she actually got a die to make this from a huge discount company. Oh, that's so cool. That is really cool. Oh, yes, really much easier. Okay, so here we go. I'm going back to the front, and we're going to bring our joy, and I'm going to glue our joy. So this joy, it's totally, you will see it, and it needs to go all the way to the bottom because it has this little thing on the top, and we need it to be as centered as possible. So I'm just gluing that there. Now, so there's a couple of things. The first one is I did die cut also in petal pink one, and this is one of the dies. I really love this one. Look how beautiful that die is. I just love it. I mean, those dies are really, really worth it. I'm gonna say. And I see that people are asking about which company Miss Nicole bought that. Okay, so let me add this. And so I'm going to add this die. So you gotta be a little careful here because this die needs to be inside the top and the bottom of the square. It can be a little off and up in here because in the end this moves, but it cannot be on the top. It really would be in the way. And it doesn't matter if it's off on that way on the right side because again this is moving that way, so it won't interfere the mechanism. Okay, so there we go. Very simple. Now, because I am me, I have thought that maybe we can just add these like up here. I don't know. I just think that in the end it will benefit from a ribbon, right? And so I just like, okay, you can put something in here. I did not put it necessarily, and then put this in the middle just like that. When you open it, right? So this, you make the bow in here. When you open it, this will fall and it won't interfere anything. I don't know if that makes sense. And I did stamp that joy to the world in the dies, and I was thinking, okay, I can add these in here and put like that, something like that. I don't know what you guys think. We'll see it. We'll need something to close it anyways, because of course, well, it's not going to grow a whole lot more because we don't have a whole lot more extra to do. So of course, the start of the show, we're going to call it, is these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set. And unfortunately, it's too big. I can, okay, there you go, guys. You can tell it's a little bit big, but as you kind of guessed, I'm going to leave it there just like that. It's not ideal, but I think that this is so gorgeous that it's not worth it to cut it in any way, shape, or form. So I am going to add it like that. I thought initially of just adding the white one, but I like the whole set, and I decided I'm going to go for it. So that's it. It's going to be noticeable there, and I'm totally okay with it. The other one does not have it, so you guys can see how it actually looks when it's well done without anything popping out. Okay, and I'm going to let that go. and hopefully, and now all I have, and these are the ones that I was telling you guys that I have a few, and these are the dies from the snowy scenes that I show you. And so I just brought these, and I'm going to add some, no, not there, because that would be, let's see, I think I'm going to add them just like that. And then I have a few of the small ones. I have 3 and 3. And I am thinking, okay, now I think I may want this one in here, so it's part of the decoration. I'm going to bring some of these small ones, and I'm going to add one like right there. So let's start adding these, friends. Just like that. Or you can put this one here too. So bottom line, I just want one in my white panel just so we can kind of enhance that white panel. And now I can put this one in here and it looks really nice in there. Yeah, I'm going to put it here at the front. And then we have 2 other small pieces, or 2 small, and I'm just going to add one right there. They're perfect because they're small, and we're going to add another one right around there. Something along those lines. Okay, we did it, guys. We finished. So here's the thing. I was thinking of how to decorate this, but I just like the plaid panel on its own. To be fully honest, I don't feel the need of decorating it, because I feel that there's so much in the card, and it's just so beautiful. Oh, well, it would be great if I added this one. Okay. Let me see if I can catch up with what you guys are talking. I can't. Okay, so this is the card. We need, of course, some gems, and yes, I am going to use some retired ones. And again, I feel a little bit guilty, but just a little bit, guys. I'm not totally guilted in. And I am using these that were called Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock Foil Gems. I mean, it just does such a beautiful, it's just a perfect combination, right? Like I just put this in here and I'm like, oh goodness, it just matches so perfectly with what we got going on. So I'm going to bring one there because it just, there's a hole for it, and yes. And so, and I'm going to add a few just around, because as you guys can see, I have 2 packages of them. And I had 2 packages of them because, yes, hold and behold, I love my Petal Pink and I love my I'm gonna put this one. Oh no, I don't like that, sorry. I'm gonna bring that one there. And I'm actually gonna bring another one. So we just, because it feels like snow too, I don't know. And then I'm going to open, and yes, I'm going to add a few extra in here because why not? So yes, I have a ton of them. And yeah, I just love them and might as well use them. I'm going to bring one right there because it's the perfect center for that beautiful. And I'm going to bring, you know what? I'm going to put some of the smaller ones in the center here. And that will do. Okay. Thank you, guys. I am so glad that you like it. So this is what I was telling you. Like either we can just add this, this and put it somewhere, right? Or add the whole thing like that. and kind of tie this in like this. What you guys think? So we just added, it's just a securing form. Once it's open, it just fall off, and you know, kind of like that. Well, we decide that because, I mean, it doesn't really need it a whole lot. It's not like super opened. So I don't know. We'll think about it. While we decide that, let me show you the other one I did, which, by the way, it's using the, oh, I forgot. I guess is the memory kit. It's the scrapbooking one. And I decided to go, Miss Kiwi would say, rogue. And I'm going rogue because I am using colors that I rarely ever use. And I'm decided that why not? So this is what we end up when I get, you know, creative like that. So I decided to use just the base, which in this case is gray granite, and some of the kit some of the kit die cuts, along with, and this is the Delight Wishes stamp set. So is this stamp that I'm using here. So that's, you know, I just figured something different, and that is how it looks like. And I absolutely loved it. Like, I was so surprised how much I really liked it. Even if I, so it's funny because I really like yellow, but I don't do a lot of yellow. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But bottom line, again, you have an area to write. I decided to leave just the same pattern paper here and just this big, big flower, which is part of the big die cuts. And I actually did not add any gems to it. And I am wondering if we can just bring some of these gorgeous ones and add in here. So let me see how beautiful these are. These are the, I forgot the name, low profile sparkle dots, which I absolutely love. And of course, oh, here it is. So we're going to bring, and as you guys can tell, I have used all the others, but not the yellow. So go back to what I was saying regarding yellow. And so I'm just going to add a couple around. And this yellow is the Darling Duckling. And that just looks so beautiful. So Carrie's asking, the back is unseen. She's asking if this back is decorated. No. So you have only 3 panels to decorate, and that'll be this one. When you open it, this one. So this is the same piece, and then this one. Now you're right. Carrie's totally right. We can totally decorate this one if we wanted. I did not think about that, but it's totally possible. I mean, I guess you don't see it that much, but you can do that. And I'm thinking that because this most likely will stay open, or I think it will stay open, I'm going to put some extra dots around here. So we have the decoration. Okay, there you go. Now, this is a white ribbon that is retired too, that I just use my blenders to make Darling Duckling. And this, of course, is another retired ribbon. I was telling you guys, I felt so bad because a lot of what I was using was retired. So anyways, but as you guys can tell, it does not really need the ribbon to close. If you're just going to put it in an envelope, you know, it'll come out and it'll be fine. Like I just don't think it needs the ribbon, but I did think about adding something like that. Okay. So I am trying to see a little bit of the comments, and I see I see you guys talking about putting those two colors together. I know. I just want to use everything. Quite frankly, that's where I'm at right now. I want to use everything I have. Not everything, but you know what I mean, right? I want to try to put everything that I'm using or that I have, and I'm just trying to use them. So I'm like, okay, and that's of course because you did with me that mini album, right? And so what happens is I had a lot of leftover yellow because again I don't love it, and so and that's where we're at, right? So that looks really pretty, guys. I am really happy with this card, and it's not a complicated, super complicated card. So I am just glad you guys like it. Thank you so much. Yay. So I do have one last quote unquote announcement that I want to make, and it's I'm going to be making a card. Not a card, sorry, a coloring class for these for the shepherd's care. I always make up the name, and I know I have it here somewhere. Well, oh yeah, shepherd's care is what it's called. Hi, Miss Julie, how are you? And so this is the video I made was coloring this one. We're using mainly just Stampin' Up. The only thing we used in this one that is not Stampin' Up is it's the some pencils, and that is because we don't have a whole lot of pencils in our Stampin' Up collection. So I used a few pencils in here. And then this is the other one. So the main difference between one and the other is that this one, so the one to my left, to my right, sorry, my other left, is no line coloring. So you can definitely tell the difference, right? Much less defined. Everything. I was making fun of myself because, guys, look at that nose. I went a little too big in there. Poor guy has a big nose, but that's fine. He's fine. He told me he was fine. So I will be making a class with this coloring. So the class includes this coloring, and most likely we will do a live class too separately to include maybe this coloring. But bottom line, this is the one that I color. I can't help it, guys. I love this combination. He looks so beautiful. And I just love it. So I like this color combination too. I actually did one with only Copics just to try out to see how, there was a huge difference with only Copics. And as you guys can tell, I don't see a whole lot of difference. I really don't. I got a little creative here and added some extra shadows in grays and I don't know the color, but like this beige kind of color. So I just got to play a little bit more in that one just cause. But yeah, this is the kind of like the comparison between Copics and our Stampin' Up, and I just think they do really well. I don't see a whole lot of difference. Hey, Miss Mary, how are you? But yeah, I just wanted to promote the class. I started already promoting a little bit with this or that, right? But and the class is not going to be super expensive, guys. You know me. I for those of you that don't like the chatting, I'm gonna chat now. This is a safe space. um, so they're Stampin' Up just had by the way, the most amazing training for demonstrators that want to kind of increase their their sales and everything, right? And everything this lady was saying, I'm like, I do the exact opposite. I do the exact opposite, right? Like, it was pretty ridiculous. So I ended up deciding that, well, that's kind of who I am, and I thankfully do not need this job as my my main income, because then I would have to rethink what I'm doing logically. But yeah, it was so funny. I mean, she talks about no free classes and everything. I do it all for free. So mostly, a few things I don't, like the Christmas workshop, which by the way also has a wonderful um, price point. But yeah, everything I do, I give it away. And so it was just so funny because I'm like, yep, I am just going to be broke the rest of my life. It's all totally okay. Ah, thank you, Nicole. They're all saying that they like the chatting. So Kathy's asking if I've ever tried the Spectrum Noir. No, Kathy, I have not. I have not tried them. I've not heard they're good or bad, to be completely honest. The lady that I like very much, that, if you want a real teacher, that's the lady. Her channel is called like Vanilla Beans or Vanilla Coloring. Um, I can't remember, guys, but it starts with vanilla, I believe. So if you're interested, send me an email and I can let you know. She is one of the most amazing colorists I know. Like, it is impressive. I took a few of her classes. Like, she has a subscribe class every month. Um, and it was like $25, so it's a little bit high, a little bit expensive, but I'm like, it's fine, I'm learning, I love it. And then she increased it to $40 a month, and I'm like, okay, I can't. So there's that. But yeah, if I ever get to make a little bit more money on that, I will totally take her classes because they're so amazing. She is really, really great colorist. And so I would have to say that if you, okay, I lost my train of thought, guys. That's me. I just see Nicole saying broke but happy, and it's good. That's so funny. Okay, so sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. But anyways, but oh, the Spectrum North. Thank you, Nicole, for putting it out there. So she uses only the Copics, but she was trying, and she does some of those videos of trying, different, and she's pretty brutal about, honestly. Um, and she says oh my gosh, the Olo ones are really good. And if I gotta trust her, I trust her. If I gotta trust somebody, I trust her because I know she's no BS kind of person. Um, so yeah. Now I won't try anything else. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I can use my Stampin' Ups, and I have quite a bit of Copics, probably 100 and something Copics I have, that I've been collecting for years, right? Like, I started coloring in, I don't know, 2011 or something along those lines. It's been a while that I've been collecting the Copics, and I really like, obviously, that you can, as long as you don't mess up the um, the brush, and they have the nicest brushes, guys. You can change the brush, and you can also refill them. And so, bottom line, I mean, it would not make sense for me having this many to just to get something else, right? Like, it just doesn't. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. You guys are so nice. Yeah, I will do these in a class again. Like, you can tell a little bit. I don't know. Can you guys? What do you guys think? Do you really think? There's a whole lot of different. I don't see them really. You guys are so funny. So Elizabeth would be my manager. Um, I think she just suffers too much because I just don't. I do. So no, let me say this just quite frankly. I do want to do a lot more things that are sold because I think, obviously, but I'm just not going to change how I've been doing certain things. And I love these way of doing every Tuesday, and I have a lot of fun with it. I would say, for example, the website in a weekend is the name of it. I have to tell you guys that I mean, the initial price is very cheap. I'm going to increase it because it's going to be a lot of work. A lot of work, guys. So I think that you're really going to get a lot from that workshop. Whomever is going to, well, I mean, it's full. The first group is full because it's not going to be more than 10 people, because I really want to be able to sit down, and it's going to be live. We're going to use Teams, not Teams, Google Meets, and we're going to share our screens, and we're just going to be able to really, really, um, point down where you're having issues, how you want to improve this, how you want to change it, that kind of stuff. And so I think, again, that it's just going to be a much more expensive workshop just because the amount of hours we're going to spend on it's going to be, yeah, a few hours. I call it website in a weekend, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it in a weekend because domains did not necessarily update within 24 hours. Some of them don't, some of them do. And so just being able to work all the kinks of domains with you guys, which doesn't mean I am very knowledgeable. It's just that I went through the process and I have it all written down. So we can work it together. But that first group is going to be on the cheaper side because I guess we're gonna do like kind of like the guinea pigs. You're my guinea pigs, and we're gonna see um, how the workshop really works. Okay, guys, I see you talking about a veggie something, so I lost completely what that is about. And then something of the chameleon markers, and like I said, I've not tried those. And Nicole is saying that you need to do color swatches so you can remember the tone. Oh, yeah. I mean, no matter what, Nicole is saying something that needs to happen every time. And it is, you have to do color swatches. You need to like really try them. Um, I always do it. If you've taken any of my classes, we always take the time to analyze every color. And okay, I can't find it, but yeah, we always take the time to analyze every color, to play with it and make sure that we have the right colors, right? Because sometimes things act differently. So I completely agree with what Nicole is saying about the color swatches every single time. um Anything else, guys? It looks like the light is being corrected, right? I see in my iPad, it looks really nice. On the software, it doesn't look that nice, but on the iPad, it looks pretty nice. Oh, Terry says that she doesn't see much of the difference between these two, but likes the known topic better. I think that part of it is that I'm going to bring this, that the crumb cake is a really deep color and I really like it. And this is just grays. And so it's more like whitish. So this has more, obviously more color, but it gives like, I don't know, it looks better, I think. Okay, I know it's getting late. It's 7:14. Adrian, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Oh, I am so excited to hear that the cards are finally making its destination. Because yeah, it took me forever and a day to send them. That is so funny. So Tara's making peanut butter sandwich. We're going to be super cold, so completely out of the blue, but it's going to be so cold tonight. It's going to be like in the like 19 and 18 Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So Celsius wise, I saw like -8, and I was like, how is that happening? It's not November, it's not January. I don't know. I'm just surprised about it. So I had to talk about it. And the last thing, um, so, ooh, Nicole is making a Vegemite. I don't know what that is. Toast with avocado, but whatever that is, that sounds good. Um, okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. As usual, I so appreciate all your support and all the love. I have the PDF tutorial that will be available here in a little bit. Um, maybe I want to say maybe later today or tomorrow. Kiwi saying it's going to be cold too. It's going to be like low 60. Well, that's warm for Texas. And just cause right now that I'm talking about the weather, guys, this is how my brain works. It's pretty exhausting sometimes, and it is. Keep a prayer for those in the path of the hurricane Melissa, I think it's the name of it. It's just pretty much destroyed Jamaica, and it's already uh, a poor island. And so I can't believe what I've seen in the news of the kind of destruction of that hurricane. Like, it was a Cat 5 with I don't know. I think I read somewhere 150, 180 sustained winds. And so anyways, it's wow, it was full destruction. So I just want to remind you guys to pray for all those that are suffering in the wake up of this crazy hurricane. And I don't know where it's going from there, but yeah, I'm just going to put it out there for you guys to pray for them. Alice is saying, is the cold the result of the snowflakes that I did tonight? That maybe I may be calling the snow. And Kim is saying, yeah, that Mother Nature can be cruel, and yes, Carrie is saying that's an incredibly scary storm. Yes, guys, I again I just saw some of the news. It was a pretty busy day today. But yeah, super, it's crazy, guys, it's crazy. So with that said, just like I always say, it's crazy. I just hold on to Jesus because the wind is blowing and it's the only thing that keeps me stable. And so I hope you guys do the same. um, if you need anything, guys, always shoot me an email. I can support you however you need. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, let me know if you also like the other videos. So there were 2 videos I put out there of let's see, the global stamping one was Friday, and then these today was the fun fold block hop. So I hope you guys like that, those 2 cards. Let me know. You guys are having a good time. I just don't know what you guys are talking. So I don't know what the Vegemite sandwich is. You'll have to let me. Tara says wine time. I kind of agree with that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all, and may God give you many blessings. And I'm here if you need me, and God is there if you reach out to Him. I was saying bye. Um, thank you, Carrie. Like, share, and subscribe. And yes, the chipper stamp is still available this year. Good night, y'all. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.